don't often get the chance to meet young girls. Interesting young girls, that is. And as a result, the young women in my stories usually turn out unconvincing. I can't remember what it's like to be 18 or 19. I can't get a clear picture of it. And as a result, the young women in my stories are unconvincing. I'd like to trade places with you, just for an hour.
And I'd like to swap places with you.
Why?
Well, to find out what it feels like to be a famous, talented writer. What's it like to be famous? How does being famous affect you?
How? Not at all, I don't think. I haven't really given it much thought. Perhaps there's two possibilities. Either you're exaggerating my fame, or it doesn't affect me at all.
But what about when you read about yourself in the newspapers?
If they praise you, it cheers you up. If they attack you, it depresses you for a couple days.
Oh, what a marvelous existence. People's destinies are so different. Some people can scarcely plod through their dull, obscure lives. And others, like you, for example, you're great. You're wonderful. Fate deals then a fascinating life, a glittering life full of meaning. Oh, you're so lucky.
Emma, you talk about fame and luck and some glittering, fascinating life. But all these words, forgive me, are like so many sugar plums, which I never eat. You're very young and very sweet.
But your life is wonderful.
I don't see what's so special about it. I'm sorry. It's time for me to go and write. I have to go. It's what they call a sore point. You've stepped on my pet onion, and I'm starting to feel a bit steamed up, even angry. All right, let's talk. Let's talk about my wonderful, glittering life. Where shall we start? There's such a thing as obsession. When, for example, a man spends all day and all night thinking about nothing but the moon. I have my own moon. All day and all night, I'm haunted by a single, obsessive thought. I have to write. I have to write. I have to write. And no sooner have I finished one story, when for some reason or another, I have to write a second, and then a third, and after the third, a fourth. I write non-stop, at breakneck speed, and I can't seem to do it any other way. Now what's so wonderful and glittering about that, may I ask? It's a preposterous life. I'm here, with you, getting steamed up, but I can't help but think, for a moment, that there's a story waiting for me. There's a cloud, see, which looks like a grand piano. And I think to myself, must fit into a story somewhere, but a cloud floated by, looking like a grand piano. I can smell heliotrope. I immediately make a mental note. Sickly scent, flower for a widow, use it when referring to a summer's evening. I keep fixing on every phrase you or I utter. And I can't seem to do it any other way. And perhaps, when I'm done with all my writing, I can go off to the theater, or go for some fishing, just relax a bit. But no, there's some new subject trundling around in my head like a heavy iron ball, and it keeps drawing me back to my desk, writing and writing. And it's like that all the time, and I can't get away from it. I feel like I'm swallowing up my own life, and that to make the honey that I'm giving to everyone out there in the void, I'm taking pollen from my own best flowers. In fact, I'm ripping them up and trampling on their roots. I must be insane, don't you think? And my friends and my family, do you think they treat me as if I were quite sane?
What are you writing? What are you going to treat us to next?
It's always the same thing. And this scrutiny, this praise, this enthusiasm from my friends and family, it's all just pretense. They're humoring me as they would an invalid. And I'm terrified that at any moment now, they'll come creeping up on me and cart me off to the asylum like a Gogol's madman. When I was younger, through my best years, a minor writer, before he's had any success, thinks of himself as clumsy, bungling, and unnecessary. And writing is unmitigated torture. The minor writer can't stop himself from loitering around people in the arts, unrecognized, like a compulsive gambler with no money. It's all so dreadful. Agony.
But surely your inspiration and the creative process itself, they're enough to give you moments of elation and pleasure.
While I'm actually writing, yes. And I enjoy reading proofs. But the minute it's published, I can't stand it. I think it's a mistake, and it should never have been written. And then the public reads it. And they say, charming and clever. Charming, but it's no Tolstoy. It's very good, but Turgenev's Father and Sons is better. And it'll be charming and clever till the day I die. And my friends, and my family, when they walk past my grave, you know what they'll say? They'll say, here lies Trigorin. He was very good, but Turgenev was better.
I'm sorry, I refuse to understand you. You're just spoiled by success.
What success? I've never liked myself as a writer. I love this stretch of water here. I love the trees, the sky. I respond to nature. It connects with me. It gives me an irresistible desire to write. But I'm not only a landscape painter. I'm also a citizen. And I love my country, and I love its people. And I feel that if I'm a writer, it's my duty to talk about the people, and their future, and their sufferings, and life, and science, and human rights, etc., etc. And I do talk about all these things at great speed, and people pester me constantly, and then they get angry. And then I tear all over the place, like a fox being hunted by a pack of hounds. I see life and science speeding further and further ahead of me. So there I am, left like a peasant who's missed his train. And I feel all I can do is describe landscapes. And in all other respects, I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud right down to the very marrow of my bones.
You're overworked, so you don't have the time or the inclination to realize how important you really are. You may not be satisfied with yourself, but to others, you're great, you're wonderful. For that kind of happiness, I mean the happiness of being a writer or an actress, I'd be prepared to suffer the resentment of my peers, friends, family, but in return, I'd ask for fame. Real, spectacular fame. And I'd always remember that my fans, their true happiness will only lie in trying to rise to my level, harnessing themselves to my chariot.
My chariot? What am I, Agamemnon?
You're so lucky.
I'm being called, probably to pack, but I don't want to leave. It's beautiful here. Beautiful.
See that house in the garden on the far side?
Yes.
It's my mother's old estate. I was born there. I know every little island on this lake.
It really is a lovely spot. What is that?
A seagull. Constantine shot it.
Beautiful bird. I really don't want to leave. Can't you persuade Arena to stay?
What are you writing?
Just a note. Flash of an idea for a short story. A young girl spends her entire life beside a lake, and she loves the lake, like a seagull. She's as happy and as free as a seagull. But a man comes by, and for want of anything better to do,